I just did a great demo and forgot to press go. So let's do it again. Hopefully the demo will be great. So we're making, we can pop these directly on into the place we want them to be, or we think we want them to be. And after a while, you'll just be able to do it. Spread them around. This comes really handy if your hands are not doing great things, or you're working with kids. Perhaps you've got an older parent of my vintage and you want to help them do a mosaic. And this is a great way to do it, because then you can just straighten things up a little. Put the centre in somewhere. Whoops, that's a bit big. And then just shape it to where you want it to be. That works great. This one's going to need, because this is so big, it's going to need 6 petals. And how adorable is that? That's just way too adorable. Or you can do, once again, the motifs, and then it's a matter of just throwing them around and seeing what design you want. Do I want that there? No, I think I want it up here, touching that as close as I can to here. So any of you that have followed me for a while, you'll know that I have issues. I don't do very well with mauve, and I don't do very well with pink. They're like my nemesis colours. And none of the other colours I thought worked well with this particular shade of mauve. So I put all the red around it, and it was just wishy-washy. Didn't like it one little bit. So I'm going to come up with a different way to do this little floral decoration. So I've got a little run of flowers around like this, and they're just going to come up and finish there. And the rest I'm going to put in a background which I hope will lift it. So I'll go away and do that and come back and tell me what you think. The other great hint and tip I gave in the video that wasn't is your first cutting lesson. So one of the things with your quill nippers, and these leopard knits are great first ones. The cheaper ones are hard work. So if you can lash out and buy a pair of these as your first set, because you'll have these forever. These never ever go off your table. I use them and they're on the table for absolutely everything, plus the specialist ones like sea bell and such. So you want your hand down here. So this is, see this curve? Fits under your thumb. You're not squeezing up here because they're too big, and you'll pinch yourself in there. So down here gives you maximum cutting power. When I cut, I don't move this thumb, I just move these hands. Sorry, these fingers. So if this thumb is playing up, it doesn't really know or care about it, because my fingers are doing the working, and like these. This is because way back in a past life, I was a hairdresser, and this is how we have control over our scissors. And you have to practice this to get muscle memory to only move those and not that. Anyway, so to cut one of our beautiful circles in half, as I've done for this one here, you put your wheel nippers smack bang in the middle of this particular one because of the size. And you look at it and you make sure, oops, if I got this, hopefully you can see that. We make sure that this is right angles. Because this is big enough, I can actually hold it, which is good. Some people do this or that or whatever. I just hold this and I actually cut into a bucket. And when you squeeze it to cut it, you do it quickly. There's no like going to the dentist and let's grind this out really slowly. It's quick nip. So ready? Oh, so far she didn't see it. So see how good that cut is? Likewise, if you wanted to have a, let's say I want a petal right here, and it's like, it's just so not going to fit, but I really want to have that flower there. So what I do is pop it in where I need it to be, and then I get a pen and draw what's the equivalent of a grout line, so we know that that's sort of shaped, that petal is shaped that way. So I'm going to cut that grout line off, remember? So I'm not going to do it on this side, I'm going to do it here. Because it's a bit curvy, I'm actually going to be a little bit naughty and tilt these. So if you tilt them away from the cut, 9 times out of 10 you'll get a curve. Sometimes you won't. And I've got a curve, great. And the grout line's gone. So then I just pop that in there, And you can see it's the perfect cut because I cut the grout line off. I didn't cut on the line. Let's have a closer look. See? So practice that, not on your good tiles or your special pretty tiles. Get some, the cheapest ones you can find. I'm just doing the background a bit like a jigsaw puzzle. So I'm just finding spaces where things actually fit together. And we've all done jigsaw puzzles, and sometimes we'll just move this a little bit, scooch it over, and then we can fit something else in. So just have fun with it as a jigsaw puzzle. But all you need is, remember, as close as you can, but enough space for the pick to dig any of the excess glue out. So we'll just scooch those around. Put some little white pebbles in here, and now we'll do the little rule. If you can stick your finger in there, close up that gap. So this is where my little red darling dots will come in handy, and it might be 1 or 2 or a half that we want to squeeze in there, because we can move any of these around, and you can see I think the white has really lifted it. And you won't tell until really the grouting is done, because the black grout will just make everything pop. It'll take down the brightness of the white. So I've got 2 spots here, but I can't put a whole dot in. So this would cut this little dot in half. This is a little bit more difficult, so you might have to concentrate on this one and hold it with the centre bit. This is where you might want to put your hand over it, so you'll actually find the bits, and a quick nip. Then we've got half a dot that we can pop in those little spaces, which you can do either flatwise like that, or you can make little humps and it becomes a smaller little spot of red in there. So I'll put both of those in. So as far as decorative art for your garden goes, I think this is a good option. So all I've done is swap this red for white and put the red spots in instead of the green. And you put as many as you want in. I try to fill up the spaces without things touching as much as I can, but the black grout will also hides a multitude of sins it can. You don't need to worry about it too much. So if you've got a straight line, make sure the straight line goes under the flower. See, that looks much better that way than the other way. So overall, I think that's quite pretty. Let me know what you think. It might be that we want to take one of these out and put some more white in, but just a little sprinkle of white just to lift that mauve, particularly with the blue, because it's very subtle.